So you're learning English and you've probably felt it, right? That long, flat road where it feels like your progress has just stopped. Well, that's called the intermediate plateau. But what if I told you the path to the peak of fluency is way clearer than you think? Let's start the climb together.
Does this look familiar? That feeling of hitting a wall? You've put in all this work to get to an intermediate level, which is amazing, but now you're just kind of stuck. I mean, you can get by, sure, but that confident, smooth feeling you're really aiming for, it always seems just out of reach.
You are definitely not alone in feeling this way. It's a classic part of the journey called the intermediate plateau, and pretty much everyone goes through it. But here's the good news. There is a clear path forward, and today we're going to map it out, step by step, to get you climbing again. Before any big climb, you've got to set up a solid base camp. And when it comes to learning a language, that base camp isn't about memorizing grammar rules or vocabulary lists. It's all about your mindset. Seriously, this is the foundation that everything else is built on. So you've got two ways of looking at this. On one side, there's the fixed mindset. This is where you see a challenge and get frustrated. You see a mistake as proof that you just can't do it. But then there's the other path, the growth mindset, a powerful idea from Stanford researcher Carol Dweck. With this mindset, a challenge isn't a wall, it's a bridge you get to build. Mistakes aren't failures, they're just feedback. And that, right there, is the engine that drives real improvement. Okay, so our base camp is set. Our next goal isn't going to be perfect, flawless grammar. Nope. It's about learning to glide smoothly in a conversation. This is such a crucial shift in focus, and it can unlock your speaking potential almost overnight. This quote from curriculum developer Carrie Lilly really hits the nail on the head. The ultimate goal isn't just about being accurate, it's about communication. It's about being understood, connecting with other people, and really getting your ideas across. So, what even is fluency? Think of it like this. A fluent speaker moves from one idea to the next without all those long, awkward pauses, without getting stuck searching for the right word. There's a smoothness, a flow. You're not, anxiously stopping to pick every single word. You're just gliding, like a skater on ice. All right, so we've got our mindset sorted out, and our goal is crystal clear. Now it's time to start the actual climb. We're going to do that with some practical daily exercises that will build up those speaking muscles. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't expect to get stronger by hitting the gym just once a month, right? Of course not. It's the exact same with speaking. Your mouth, your brain, they're muscles, and they need a consistent, regular workout to get stronger. Okay, here's your first workout. Super simple, but incredibly powerful. Just pick any question and answer it 3 times. The first time, no pressure. Just get your ideas out, look up words, use your notes, whatever you need. For the second try, aim to be just a little bit smoother. Then, on that third and final attempt, your only goal is flow. No notes, no pausing, just speak. You will literally feel the hesitation start to melt away. Ready to level up? Try the 4-3-2 drill. You pick a topic and you speak about it for 4 minutes. Then you deliver the exact same content, but in just 3 minutes. And finally, you do it all one more time, but in only 2 minutes. By squeezing the time like that, you're not cutting out important ideas. You're forcing your brain to say them more efficiently and directly. So what's the secret sauce here? Why does this work so well? It's that time pressure. That ticking clock forces your brain to find shortcuts, to connect ideas faster, and to cut out all the ums and ahs. It's basically high-intensity interval training, but for your fluency. You can't climb a mountain without the right gear, right? Well, for a language learner, that gear is your vocabulary. But here's the thing. Just having a long list of words isn't enough. You have to know how to actually use them. So what does it really mean to know a word? It is so much more than a simple definition. It's knowing how to say it, what other words it likes to hang out with, those are called collocations, and even the feeling it creates. For example, let's take slender and scrawny. They both mean thin, but boy, do they have different connotations. One's a compliment, the other, not so much. Truly knowing a word means understanding its whole personality. And here is a pro tip from methodology expert Sylvia Johnson that is a total game changer. Stop learning words by themselves. Instead of just a flashcard for versatile, find it in a real sentence, something like, she's a versatile actress. Then, and this is key, write your own sentence using it. Because that context, that story, is what gives the word life and makes it actually stick in your brain. Okay, all this work, the mindset shifts, the daily workouts, the smart vocab learning, it's all leading somewhere. It's getting you ready for the summit. And for a lot of learners, that summit is a very specific goal, like a big, high-stakes test. So let's talk about how to make that final push to test day a success. When you're prepping for a test like the IELTS, you've got to be smart about where you put your energy. Look, improving your general English level, that's the long game, a slow burn that takes months. Learning test-specific skills is a bit faster, but the quickest win, the thing you can do to see a real jump in your score fast, it's understanding the marking rules. Knowing exactly what the examiner is looking for is the most efficient way to maximize your score. All right, you've done all the heavy lifting. The climb is almost over. Don't let something small trip you up right at the finish line. This is your final simple checklist. Get a good night's sleep, eat a solid breakfast, be comfortable, get there early, have your ID. You want to control all the little things you can control so that on the big day, you can just focus on what really matters.
So there it is, the map from that frustrating plateau all the way to the peak. You have the mindset,